Hello everyone, Dr. Jen here. This week for our yoga flow, we're going to focus on twists. Twists are incredible for wringing out our digestive system. They can help move stagnant energy, really help relieve some aches and pains in our backs, our shoulders, just kind of help us feel like we are bringing some blood to the spine. Many of us have been stuck in quarantine, kind of living Groundhog's Day, a lot of time at home, maybe a little less movement. So I hope that this flow really helps and helps your body feel a little bit better and a little bit more alive. Okay, so my oil of choice today, going with the flow of, being quarantined, is Elevation, the Joyful Blend. This is just a really uplifting blend that helps to kind of bring a smile to your face no matter what you're going through. So we'll take a drop or two of that if you have it. If you don't have it, you can click the link down below and learn more, or connect with me on Instagram, Natural Wellness Tips, or even leave me a comment here and I'll help answer any of your questions. But once you get an oil in your hands, we take a few deep breaths, ensuring that we're breathing deep into our belly. Even if you don't have an oil, you're just going to take a few deep breaths here. One more big breath through your nose. Exhale, let it go. If you have an oil, you can go ahead and massage that into your neck or your back, wherever it feels good. And then we're going to start today's practice on our backs. So making your way to your back, you're going to let your feet come wide, almost as wide as your mat. Let your knees knock together. You'll take your right hand to your belly, your left hand to your heart. And we're just going to breathe for 5 breaths here, really centering ourselves on our mat. If thoughts start to pop into your head, just thank them for stopping by and let them move on. Your next inhale, let your arms come out wide into a T. Bring your knees in towards each other and lift up so your hips are at 90, your knees are at 90. Draw your belly in so your low back is on the mat. Take a big inhale here. And then exhale, let your legs fall over to the left. Maybe your gaze falls to the right. Don't let your legs touch. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale to the right, gaze to the left. Core is engaged. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. And then exhale. This time, let your legs fall over to the left. Your gaze fall to the right if that feels okay. And then go ahead and enjoy that twist just for a few breaths. Starting to really feel length and space in the spine. Your next inhale brings you back up towards center, and we'll take our legs over to the other side. Breathing here. Two more breaths. We inhale, engage the core, bring everything back to center. Exhale, place our feet down on the mat, arms long down by our sides. Take your hands to your hips. On an inhale, tuck your tailbone under. On an exhale, dump your tailbone forward. So we're rocking through the pelvis, starting to engage through the core. Your core engagement is really important when we're talking about twists to keep our spine safe. So the next time you tuck that tailbone, continue the lift all the way up. And then exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, tuck the tailbone, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, tuck. Exhale, lower. Grab behind your thighs, and we'll just rock and roll 2 or 3 times. And we're going to make our way all the way to a tabletop position. So bringing your hands under your shoulders, your hips over your knees, toes tucked. And then let's just move through our body a few times. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, curl and round, chin to chest. Inhale, tuck, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, curl and round, cat pose. One more time. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Exhale, draw your navel in, nice and controlled in the core. Inhale, we lift the right arm high to the sky and take a few arm circles here, just opening up through the chest. On the next time you lift, you're going to exhale and thread the needle all the way through, bringing your right cheek to the mat. Your right arm comes down. Your left arm can stay right where it is or walk forward. Another option people like to take is the half bind, wrapping around. Find what works for you and feels comfortable. We'll be here for a few breaths. Long through the side bodies. Hips are lifting. Starting to just feel more gentle opening through the spine. Go ahead and bring that left arm back under the left shoulder. Inhale, right hand high to the sky. Exhale, release it. Inhale, left hand high. Take those arm circles. Lift and lengthen and thread it through. Maybe the right arm extends. Maybe you wrap. Find what feels good for you. And keep breathing. Bring your right hand back under your right shoulder. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, we come back to table. If your toes aren't tucked already, go ahead and tuck them. And then we're going to lift our hips and press back into our first downward facing dog. So here you can pedal the feet out, take any movements that feel good to you. Pushing through all 10 fingers. Finding some stillness here for a breath or two. And let's inhale our heels high, look forward. Exhale, baby step those feet up behind your wrists. Generous bend in your knees so your abdominals are connected to your thighs. Grab for opposite elbows and just sway. Let your head hang heavy. Let's release our hands. You can bring your big toes to touch if you prefer that. We'll inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to shins, length through your spine, chin tucks. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Gaze follows. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Gaze follows. Exhale, release your right hand back, your left arm forward. Your hips stay square to the front and you twist. Gaze follows to your right fingers. So tendency here is that the hips are just going to open up and twist. Keep the hips square to the front, engage your core, and twist through your spine here. Inhale, go ahead and come back to center. And then exhale, twist the left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Gaze looks towards your left thumb, if that's okay. If not, it can stay to the front. But remember, your hips are facing forward. Breathing in. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, find length and space. Exhale, plant your palms and step it back. We'll meet in the top of a plank. Inhale, shift forward, drop your knees. If that is more comfortable for you, we'll lower all the way down to our bellies. Untuck the toes, lift the left leg, then lift the right. Hands stay by your sides, elbows squeeze in, tailbone tucks. Inhale, up. baby cobra. We breathe for a round of breath. Last inhale. Exhale, lower and tuck your toes. Press up through a table or a plank, and then make your way back to downward facing dog. Pedal those feet out. Inhale your heels high, look forward. Exhale, step your feet up behind your hands, big toes touching or hips width apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, gaze follows. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the right, just one breath. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, swan dive forward. Starting to feel the spine warming up. Inhale, halfway lift, find length and space. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back. Inhale, shift forward. Option to take the same vinyasa we did in the last round, or exhale, lower halfway with your knees lifted or on the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog, tops of the feet to the mat. Your thighs are lifted and engaged. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Bending through your knees if you need. We want to make sure our sit bones are lifting towards the ceiling. And then inhale here, look forward. Exhale, step those feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, find length and space. Exhale, fold. This time we go into Utkatasana chair pose, sitting deep. Bring your hands to your hips, lift on up. Tuck the tailbone under, that engages the core. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale, hands up overhead. If you have any low back pain here, come out of it a little bit, or take your feet hips width distance apart, making sure your knees are also hips width distance apart. Same here in your chair. One more inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, stay in your chair and twist to your right. Open arm twist, gaze leans, looks back towards the right hand if you can. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to your left. Tailbone tucks. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands through heart center. We fold all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift, find length and space. Exhale, plant your palms, step or float it back. We flow through our vinyasa, lowering halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale your right leg high to the sky. This first time, feel free to stack or open the hip. Take some hip circles. Whatever feels good. Try to push evenly through both hands here. Leveling back off those hips. Step that right foot forward. Back knee stays lifted. Hands lift here. You're nice and engaged. If you have blocks and you feel really tight here, you can take your hands to your blocks. Your back leg is engaged, so left quad, left hamstring, left glute is firing. Long through your spine. Plant your left hand on the ground or on a block, and then inhale your right hand high to the sky. Low lunge twist. You can stay right here, or start to turn your toes to the right side of your mat. Reach your right arm back, and you're coming into fallen warrior. Feel a big opening in the hips here. Breathing here. Inhale, back up to low lunge twist. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. First time here, let's take a few breaths, hands to your hips. Maybe tuck that tailbone under. Sometimes it really helps to bend the back knee in order to get that good positioning. Sink a little deeper. Hands come up overhead. From here, we're going to take that same open arm twist we've been taking. Right arm back, left arm forward, twist, open. Sink a little deeper if you can. Keep breathing. Inhale back to center. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, step it back to a high plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Open the hips, stack the hip. Take those hip circles if it feels good. Making sure that you are open through the shoulders. You're not dumping into that right arm. Inhale, find length through that left leg, and exhale, step it through. We come to our low lunge, active through the right leg, lifted through the chest, long through the spine, engaged through the legs. Planting that right hand down, inhale that left hand high to the sky, supine low lunge twist. Breathe in here. You can stay right here, or you can start to open the toes to the left side of the mat. Left arm reaches back, fallen warrior. Inhale back up to low lunge twist. Exhale, release it down. Inhale up to crescent lunge. First time on the side, hands can come to the hips. Maybe you tuck that tailbone under, maybe you bend through the knee. Find some depth in that leg. Breathing here. We take that same open arm twist. Inhale, drop the left arm back, right arm forward. Really feel the opening through that right hip. Breathe here. Inhale, we come back to crescent. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, step it back, high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here, and then we're going to flow breath per movement. Moving through that on each side. Last round of breath. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, fallen warrior. Inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, twist. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, left arm lifts, twist. Exhale, fallen warrior. Inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, twist it open. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. One more time on each side. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, fallen warrior. Inhale, lift. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, right arm drops, twist open. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, step back. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent. Ooh, I lied. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, fallen warrior. Inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, low lunge. Now we lift. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, step it back, plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. And from here, drop to your knees, big toes touch, knees wide, forehead down to the mat, child's pose. We'll take a few breaths here just to slow our breath. Open mouth breaths if that feels good. When you're ready, we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, your heels high, look forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, find length and space. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Good. And then from here, inhale, find length in your chest. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift through your chest. Exhale, twist to your right. So your left elbow can hook on the outside of your right arm, or right leg. And you're going to look down and make sure that your knees are staying in alignment. So sometimes you'll see that one knee drops out and they aren't in good alignment. You can breathe right here. If there's any discomfort here, just lift up and take that open twist. If you'd like to take it further, you can open the arms and fly. If you have side crow in your practice, this is a great place to play with it. Breathing here. If your arms flew open, bring them back to center. We'll inhale up to chair, and then exhale, bring our hands through heart center. Feet hips width apart. Padangusthasana, take your big peace fingers and put them around your big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Breathing here for just a few breaths. Nice little bend in the knees. Release your toes, bring your toes back to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift through your chest. Exhale, twist open. Remember, you can always do the open arm twist if that feels good. Check in with your knees. Maybe your arms fly open. Maybe you take side crow. Last inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Good. And then from here, fold all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your feet hips width apart. We take Padahastasana. You take your hands underneath your feet. Find a little lift. And then exhale, bend through the knees and fold forward. Release your hands, big toes to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And from here, one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back. Option to flow through a vinyasa, or we'll meet in down dog. And then from here, inhale your right leg high. Exhale, step it forward. And we're going to turn our back foot into 45 degrees, getting ready for warrior one. Hands come to your hips, lift on up, pull your left hip forward, right hip back, navel draws in, hands reach up overhead. Breathing here, arms long and engaged, gaze lifts. One more inhale, straighten through the front leg. And then take the hands to the hips, we fold forward into pyramid pose. So if you have blocks and you'd like to use them here, they're really a great tool. If you don't have blocks, it's a really good investment if you're going to be doing yoga at home. I have below the video the link to some blocks I like on my Amazon shop, so check it out. If you don't have blocks and you have some books or something or pillows, you can use those too. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward, long spine, begin to fold into your pyramid. So this isn't about rounding, this is about finding length. that's why the blocks are nice. They bring the ground closer to you. From here, you can stay right in pyramid, or if you'd like to take a twisted variation, you can take your left hand to the inside of your right foot and bring your right hand to your sacrum, so your low back. Then start to spiral your chest open. If you feel stable there, you're going to start to extend your right arm high, your gaze to follow, and breathe here. More advanced version would be to take your left hand to the outside of your right foot and take the twist from there. Breathing here. Last inhale. Exhale, release the hands down, and then go ahead and just walk all the way to the left side of your mat. Toes are slightly turned in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Maybe you grab ankles, take your hands in between your feet. Sometimes it feels good to take your hands behind your head. Just see what feels good for you. Two more breaths. Next, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, step back. Option to flow through a vinyasa with your exhale or press back to down dog. We'll meet in down dog and even out the body. So let's inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step that foot between your hands. Take that back foot to 45 degrees. Inhale, hands to hips. We come up to warrior one on this side. Right hip forward, left hip back. Navel draws in. Arms can reach up overhead. Maybe gaze follows. Breathing here, pushing through the knife edge of the back foot. Your next inhale is going to straighten through your front leg. Bring your hands back to your hips. And we go into our pyramid pose. Long spine, fold forward. Maybe use your blocks to bring the ground closer to you. Breathing here, opening up through that left hamstring. Left hip back, right hip forward. Long spine, chin tucked. We'll take our revolved pyramid if that feels good to you. Take your right hand to the inside of your left foot or to a block. Take your left hand to your sacrum. Maybe you twist open. Maybe your arm extends and your gaze follows. If you'd like to take that more advanced version, the right hand comes to the outside of the left foot and you breathe. Long spine, core engaged. Let the tension go in your face. Last inhale. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, turn your toes to the right, halfway lift. And then exhale, wide-legged forward fold one more time. Taking a different variation, maybe with your arms or just seeing what feels good for you. It can feel really good to take your hands and clasp them together behind your back. 2 more breaths. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, step it back. Exhale, flow through your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your heels high, look forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, find length and space. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. If you have tight hamstrings, you can grab a strap here. We're going to take a standing balance and a nice little twist add to it. So we're going to take our weight and put it into our right foot and lift our left knee up, hands to your hips. From here, you can take your right hand to the outside of your left knee, and then you can extend your left arm back behind you. Maybe start to challenge yourself and bring your gaze back to your left thumb. If you have open hamstrings and you'd like to take a more advanced version, take your right peace fingers to your left toe, extend your leg forward, left arm extends back, and then gaze can follow. We'll breathe here. So this is where the strap could come in handy if you want to take this more advanced version but can't get that hamstring opening. You could take the strap around the bottom of your foot. 2 more breaths. Inhale, come back to center, left hand to hip. Start to bend through the knees. Keep the leg lifted. And then exhale, release it down. Shake those legs out. And then we take our weight into our left foot. Inhale the right leg high. Left arm to the outside of the right knee. Right arm back. Maybe gaze follows. If you'd like to take that more advanced version, take the peace fingers around the big toe. Extend the leg. Arm extends. Gaze follows. Breathe here. Last breath. If you fall out, you just get back in. Bring the right hand back, gaze forward, bend the knee, find an inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, find length and space. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back. Option to flow through your last vinyasa, and we'll meet in our last down dog. Taking a few breaths to just notice the difference between this down dog and the first one. And we'll inhale our heels high. Exhale, step or float through to a seat. Extend our legs out long in front of us, moving the flesh from out of our sit bones. Inhale, arms long. Exhale, round through your spine, chin tucks. Breathing here. And then walk it back up. We're going to make our way all the way down to our back, so you can keep your legs long if that feels good. We're going to use our core, lower, lower, lower. And then arms reach up overhead. Exhale, knees to chest. Plant your feet hips width distance apart. Take your right leg, cross it up over your left. You can take your right hand to push that right knee away, or maybe grab behind your left thigh and pull on in. Avoiding the desire to grab the shin, it just causes some unneeded stress on the left knee. Breathe here. Focusing on deep belly breaths. Plant your left foot down, cross your right leg over, arms out into a T. Lift your hips a little bit, move them to the right, and let your knees drop to the left. Your gaze can fall to the right. If this twist is too intense, go back to the twist that we did at the very beginning of class. Inhale, bring everything back up to center. Unravel your legs, bring your knees back to center, your hips back to center. And then bring your knees into your chest and just rock side to side a few times. We'll plant our feet down on the ground, lift our left leg, cross our left leg over our right thigh, push our left knee away. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you lift up and grab behind the right thigh. Plant that right foot down, cross the left leg over the right, arms out into a T, lift the hips, move them over to the left just a little bit, and then you're going to go ahead and let those legs fall to the right. Your gaze falls to the left. Again, option to go back to the twist we started with at the beginning of class if this is too intense. 2 more breaths. We'll inhale, bring everything back to center. Bring our knees into our chest, rock and roll a few times side to side. Plant our feet firmly on the ground, arms long down by our sides. Your fingertips should be able to touch your heels. From here, tuck that tailbone over under like we did at the beginning and lift up into a bridge pose. Option to bind your arms underneath if that's in your practice. Roll your shoulders under. We breathe here for 5 breaths, big belly breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time. Inhale, bring everything in one big squeeze. And then exhale, open up, Shavasana. We'll stay here for 10 breaths. If you have time, pause the video and you try to stay here for about 5 minutes. Letting everything go. If you're here with me, begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Lengthen your arms and your legs. Find all the space you've created during this flow. Bring your knees in towards your chest. You're going to roll to your left for more relaxing, more to the right for more energizing. And take a breath here in fetal pose, finding gratitude for your yoga practice. Press all the way up through to seat. Bring our hands to heart center, a gentle tuck of our chin. It is an honor to guide you through your yoga practice. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you're notified each Tuesday when a new video drops. And until next time, I'll see you on your mat.